Welcome to Verona, the city of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Although this small town gained worldwide fame in the Renaissance, its story had actually begun long before, in the era of the ancient Romans. The majestic arena built in those days still remains in use today. It belongs amongst the major architectural marvels of the city. The Piazza Bra, Verona's largest square, lies just a stone's throw away from the arena. Each Monday, the piazza fills with people arriving for the weekly markets. For more shopping, many tourists head to Verona's main shopping street and largest pedestrian zone, the Via Mazzini. It is one of the busiest streets in the city. At the end of the via stands the Piazza delle Erbe. This historic square has served as the city's main meeting spot ever since the Roman days. There are always crowds gathering under the balcony of Juliet's house. Those looking for love should remember to touch the heroine's statue, which is rumored to bring luck. Here, the tragic story of the star-crossed lovers is said to have come to its end. Legend has it Juliet lies here, buried in a red sarcophagus. Leaving fantasy for history, we move on to the beautiful Scaligere tombs. They even charmed Dante Alighieri, who mentions them in his book Paradise. The Borsari Gate, too, is a famous historic monument, although of a much older date. It was built by the Romans in the 1st century AD. The Pietra Bridge, originally called Pons Marmorius, can be dated even further back. Possibly erected around 89 BC, it is the oldest bridge in Verona. The triad of ancient Roman constructions is completed by the so-called Roman theatre. It too is as old as the 1st century BC. A few hundred meters above the theatre lies St. Peter's Castle. The medieval fort is a famous tourist hotspot because of the magnificent views of the city it provides. Trademark red bricks make it easy to recognize the Scaligere Bridge, as well as the Castelvecchio castle it leads to. These two proud Gothic buildings are the greatest heritage of the Scaligere clan, who ruled over Verona between 1226 and 1387. Under their rule, Veronese power stretched as far as the Mediterranean Sea. In 2000, Verona was awarded the status of a UNESCO city for its extraordinary architecture. It is easy to see why, looking at the magnificent Verona Cathedral. Built in the Romanesque style, it is dedicated to the Virgin Mary. Notice the pilasters which divide its nave and aisles. They are made out of local red marble. Red is also the color of the Santa Anastasia Church. This 13th century Gothic church boasts columns made from red marble and a red brick facade that was a trademark of the era. Its interior is decorated with breathtaking artworks of local artists. The most famous of them is the Pisanello fresco above the church's entrance. Our day in Verona comes to an end at the city's most well-known church, the Basilica of San Zeno. This Romanesque church is dedicated to its namesake, a 9th century Christian martyr who is the patron saint of Verona.